Awesome. Welcome to Zenful Conversations, and thank you so very much for coming by. Thank you for coming by. And this conversation this year that we're having is asking us to release the need to hold on to all the stimulation for a few breaths. The experience of the message we're receiving this year is more an experience of practice. Each one of these messages is an offering of practice. Practicing letting go of control of the world for a few moments and dropping inward. This is truly a unique conversation this year, and unlike the previous years, I think this is different in many ways. So thanks so much for being here. Thank you for supporting this community for women, for helping me have a safe space for women and a beautiful space for women. The offerings this week, I do have a therapeutic journaling workshop this Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's via Zoom, it's virtual. Just about everything I do is on Zoom, is on Zoom, is virtual. There are from time to time workshops in person, but primarily I'm on Zoom practically every single day, if not multiple times a day. So I invite you, it's for women only. I invite you to join. I invite you to join me. This Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, therapeutic journaling. Bring a photo of yourself. We're going to bring a photo, and you can be alone in the photo, or you can be with other people in the photo. It could be an old photo from whatever previous time of your life, from a baby all the way up to today, right? It could be a recent one, but as long as you are in the photo, you do need to be in the photo. And bring a cup of tea or whatever your favorite beverage. Bring something to write with, either just a pen and paper or your favorite journal. You might as well get a journal, because we'll be having a few workshops throughout the year that are going to allow us to look back and review, perhaps, right? So it's kind of neat to look what you've learned or grown through the year. But bring a photo and come and have a good time. The intent is to help allow us to enjoy more of our story. I look back at photos and they're tied energetically to something that was a little distasteful. So I want to dive a little deeper, because there's a lot of beauty in that photo, and it'll help us investigate these times in our lives, and just I think it's going to be great, and I hope you join me. Please join me in supporting this effort. So today's message is coming from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, and it asks us to slow down and listen. The message we're offered today for this day number 1815 is titled, I say yes when I mean no. I say yes when I mean no. I say yes when I mean no. There's a little quote here offered to us by Naomi Shihab Nye. I say yes when I mean no, and the wrinkle grows. There have been many times that I have said yes when I meant no. afraid of displeasing others, and even more afraid of being viewed as selfish. Ooh, that one's cutting me to the bone there. Let's start again and hear that again. There have been many times that I have said yes when I meant no, afraid of displeasing others, and even more afraid of being viewed as selfish. I think the first time I decided to get married, I said yes when I meant no. Young and inexperienced in being myself, I agreed to be a fish out of water for as long as I could, so as not to hurt or disappoint or displease. Not surprisingly, it all ended badly. And how many times, once trained in self-sacrifice, self-sacrifice, think about that. How many times, once trained in self-sacrifice, do we have the opposite conversation with ourselves? Our passion for life, saying yes, yes, yes. And our practical guardedness, saying, don't be foolish, be realistic, don't leave yourself unprotected. But long enough on the journey, and we come to realize an even deeper aspect of all this, that those that truly love us will never knowingly ask us to be other than we are. Those who truly love us will never knowingly ask us to be other than we are. The unwavering truth is that when we agree to any demand, request, or condition that is contrary to our soul's nature, the cost is that precious life force is drained off our core. Despite the seeming rewards of compliance, our souls grow weary by engaging in activities that are inherently against their nature. When we leave the crowded streets and watch any piece of nature doing what it does, tree, moose, snake, or lightning, it becomes clear that the very energy of life is the spirit released by things being what they are. And those of us committed to love must accept that care is the inner river flooding its banks. Yet if the soul's river can't be fed by its source, there will be no care. This makes me think of one of Dr. Darcy's talks. This is releasing what no longer serves us, what drains our spirit. We have to ask ourselves, why do we choose to hold on to these things that drain our spirit? Because we know that they do. So we need to have a conversation with ourselves. I'm still thinking about the other day, the message the other day. So many times in workshops and conversations, even this, right? Or I always talk about how our perspective and how our vibrations affects our experience of life. And that is absolutely true. The message the other day had the words different, laid out differently, the structure. I always say, enjoy this experience of life. And that message was the life of experience. And I'm just wondering if you've had a chance to contemplate about that. I believe there's something very profound in that. This is so important, who we decide to share life with. I think I mentioned yesterday, I heard a friend of mine talking, I don't know, a couple of months ago. We were at a workshop and I heard her say something about one of the letters. You can leave letters to people, like if you're going, you're going to pass away, or I mean, we're all going to pass away, right? But so I could write a letter right now for, a friend or a loved one or somebody young or anything, something I would want to say to them. You could even write it for your granddaughter to be given to her on her wedding day or something like that, right? But she was saying that the letter she was leaving was something about how important it is to check, recheck who you're gonna, hook up with. Because a lot of us anyway, I don't think realize the amount of direction who you choose to spend, who you're with, inhabiting at least the same home, affects your life. And this woman was divorced and did not have a good divorce, and I've been the same. And that's this, because honestly, your soul is not free to be if you're not in that, right? If you're not in the relationship that allows it to come to fruition, right? Very important message. Very important message today. I say yes when I mean no. We've talked about this quite a bit. I used to be so much on that program until honestly my body said, hey, I don't care what you want, we got to pay attention to me now. And that's why I'm here, because my body stopped me. And so I had no choice but to say no to things, because I could not physically do it. And what I found very interesting about that was, one is it still got done. It still got done. Now, maybe there's part of my ego that might think I might have been able to do it better. And it's possibly true. But it still got done. The second thing which happened that I did not realize was it gave somebody else the opportunity to shine. Somebody else did it and they felt awesome. They got acknowledgement and, hey, good job, and all this other stuff. And it gave somebody else the opportunity to shine. And it was healthy for them. It was fantastic. It was amazing. Who the heck am I to be stealing the thunder all the time? We don't need to save everything. Let somebody else get some credit for it. We think we're doing all this, but honestly, let some of it go. You'll see it still gets done, and you'll be so amazed that actually somebody else has an opportunity to be recognized, to feel self-worth and all of that too. So that was something I didn't expect that happened that made it okay in my mind, because it actually is giving somebody else a gift to let them be acknowledged for something. It was interesting experiment. We're offered a little meditation to let this message seep in. Sit quietly and meditate on the last time you said yes when you meant no. Think about the last time you said yes when you meant no. Breathe steadily and surface. If you can, bring to surface why you didn't say no. Do we know the exact reason, or is it habitual? We just boom, say yes before we even know it. Do we know why we didn't say no? Breathe deeply and identify the cost of not saying what you meant. Inhale slowly and invite your spirit to speak directly the next time you are asked to be other than you are. This goes so deep with our relationship with ourselves, because this is yet another example of us letting ourselves down. We let ourselves down, or perhaps you do, perhaps you don't, often enough. Like if you put going to the gym or whatever on your schedule for you, and then something more important comes along, and next thing you know, that's off the schedule. Oh, I really wanted to go, but okay. And so we get a mistrust with ourselves. And there's a lot to that. To thine own self be true, ladies. What was that last? Invite your spirit to speak directly the next time you are asked to be other than you are. Journaling prompt. A quote offered to us by Jack London. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me emit in magnificent glow, than a sleepy and permanent planet. Jack London. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in magnificent glow, than a sleepy and permanent planet. Today's journaling prompt question is, what activities in your life right now, what activities are you doing in your life right now that do not feel authentic to you? What are we doing in life that is not in alignment with our soul? What activities in your life right now do not feel authentic to you? Whoa. Powerful message this year. Thanks again, ladies, for coming by. If you have any questions, please let me know. Next week, Wednesday, January 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern, we'll also have another guest speaker. Carol Pesci is our guest speaker next Wednesday, the 24th of January at 4 p.m. Eastern via Zoom. Carol Pesci is the founder and owner of Little Pink Press publishing company. She helps women get their books out in any genre. She just wants to help women get books out for women, by women. And she wants to help you, and she wants to answer any of your questions. So these are interactive conversations, which you're welcome to come by and ask a question or just listen. Grab your favorite beverage and just listen. Listen and learn. If you're not able to make the actual time slot of the conversation, you will receive the replay link the following day. I just need your email address to make sure that you're signed up. In deep gratitude, ladies. Namaste.